Wow. Interesting. So, this monster thing, and then you just go running off. How was the dealer back there a monster?
Your job by dealer, man.
You didn't see?
No.
You didn't see?
You did not see.
Do you not see the evil?
Well, he's a dealer.
There was a monster. There's more monsters. I have to take them out.
Why?
Because they're monsters.
But that was my dealer.
There's all kinds of monsters.
Wait, what do you mean that was your dealer?
And a figure leans out of the shadow, tall, scaly, says, yeah, all kinds of monsters. And then ducks back in.
What the?
This was a bad monster, not like Cookie Monster, who's a good monster.
Whoa. What the hell was that scaly thing?
Who cares? He was cool.
What makes him not a monster?
Because he was cool.
Okay, you need to figure out, or you need to let me at least know what's good and what's bad.
I didn't sense evil on him. He was wearing a come at me bro shirt. He was good, man.
Sense evil.
Wasn't me.
You have curls?
No.
Lustrous curls.
So you ran in here because you were chasing the sound of the footsteps that was going through the alley, and then we ended up on top of everything somehow. So here's my question. Let's ask the brainiac drug addict over here. How do you start on the ground and end up on the roofs? By just walking through a door. Can you answer that?
I was trying to figure the same thing out.
Great. And you? Did you not notice we're on roofs?
I realized,
No.
I realized that we walked through the door and it shut after I walked through.
I was just running. And then all of a sudden I stopped. I know why I stopped.
I didn't shoot you.
Seeing as how you're the only one with a gun here?
What gun? Do I look like somebody that would shoot you for no reason?
Yes. In fact, you're lucky I don't slug you in the face.
So,
Why am I not punching him in the face?
Good question.
why are you not punching
I'm
me
gonna
in the
punch
face?
him in the face. This is for shooting me. You're gonna throw you off the roof or whatever the hell we are.
Perfectly normal response that
Dick.
requires no roll.
Thank you.
Seriously? Jerk.
I'm gonna reach back and BAM! Hit him in the face.
Well, that escalated quickly.
He shot me in the ass!
You killed my dealer!
He didn't shoot me in the ass! Wait, never mind.
Yeah, he didn't do anything to you!
Have another pill.
I'm good right now.
We'll talk.
You hear a shuffling sound in the darkness nearby.
Pick myself up off the ground.
Yeah. Did you guys
We pull a
just
Gur.
hear something?
Ooh, what's that?
I'm gonna sing the new song now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now we stalk. Limply.
You stalk me.
Can be. Yeah, but I make it look cool.
Oh, you're gonna walk with those like that like gangsta walk?
It's called a gangsta lean, man.
Now we need to.
See, I just made you look cooler. Now
I know.
knock it off.
That's actually my supernatural talent. Is I just whatever you do just makes me look even cooler. No.
Well, I considered it. I mean, I was going to push the physical perfection angle there, but trust me, I considered it when we were talking about stuff for you.
So, anybody hear that shuffling sound?
you hear this?
Oh,
You hear
good.
this
I
scritching
wasn't the only one that heard that.
in that area. Yeah.
Alright, so
Totally going to check it out. No time for talk. Time for action. I'm just gonna walk towards this creature.
Well,
well, we know where he's going. How about that door to get the hell out of here?
it's shut.
Okay.
I didn't try to open it.
Doors open and shut. Do you think we can get back out that door? Cause this is weird as shit.
I don't remember which way we came from. I was kind of just following you, wasn't looking back. I know it was somewhere over there. There's a lot of doors, though. There was a lot of doors.
So,
Card. Yeah,
All right. While these guys are talking about how to get out, you're going to investigate the sound from the shadows. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You don't know a door. What do you mean there's doors everywhere?
You
I don't see any doors. I just see the one that we came through. It's right there.
is it? Oh.
So Marcus walks into the shadows. And do you have any trepidation about doing this? I mean, you're in a strange place. You've been shot, surrounded by lunatics,
No, because I'm all pumped up off adrenaline.
and having just killed a monster. What do you have to be afraid of, right?
Exactly.
Right. So you see this guy in a rumpled overcoat, with it, and wearing an old 40s style hat, like a fedora or something, and he's taking notes in an old-fashioned spiral-bound, like little note flip book, and he's writing with a number 2 pencil, and he's scribbling furiously, and it stops, and he turns his head towards you, but he doesn't have a face. In fact, his head is nothing like the man's body underneath. It's a giant push pin that's taken the place of his head.
Oh,
And the pin, it just points down towards the body and kind of hovers there and swivels as if it had a face to see you with, and the hat just kind of turns with it, the hat on the push part, and it's bright yellow.
The hat's bright yellow or the pin's
The
bright yellow?
pin's bright yellow.
The color man.
Bright yellow plastic.
That's amusing.
And then it sees your reaction and takes a note about it.
We'll put a pin in that.
Great. It's Uatu,
Weird.
the Watcher.
It's a secretary.
Well,
Even though we're not there to see it, 'cause we're still arguing over which door
you get
goes
the
where.
distinct impression that now that it's taken note of you, that it looks behind you and catches up on what's going on behind you.
Okay. Can I ask it a question?
Can you?
It doesn't have a face. How's it gonna answer?
Well, obviously it knows some kind of language it's writing, so I'll be like, "Who are you? Do you know where they went?"
And it stops writing, and it seems to regard you for a moment. And it's uncanny how this thing seems to convey expressions without having one. And it reaches into its trench coat, and it pulls out a business card and hands it to you.
Okay. So I take it and I look at the card.
Apparently, it's a reporter for a rag called the Herald. Tomorrow's news today.
What?
Nice. Interesting. I'm going to ask you, did you see a group of monsters run by here? Screaming, yelling, anything? Anything suspicious?
And you get the feeling that it's smiling at you, and it makes a few more notes, and then it closes up and puts the notebook in its pocket, tips its hat to you, and walks off.
What a douche. Oh my god. Asshole, I got a story for you. How do you feel about the number 1?
It gestures right back at you. Okay, so
Door?
We're still arguing about it. You see 100 doors. I only see one, but the one that I see keeps moving. I'm just gonna make this up as I go because I don't know reasons.
Only reason why I'm saying there's a lot of doors because when you shot the gun, there was like everything just opened up, and there was like 100 of them at least. But all I know is ours is somewhere back that way.
Was it a dead end there where the reporter was?
I'm guessing.
no, it wasn't. It's like I said, it's like this shanty town that's built on top of the rooftops of a city, where all the buildings are close enough that where there aren't old wooden planks making pathways over the alleyways beneath you, that you could probably, at least you could at top speed, just leap over them without a problem. So being a shanty town, there's really no order to how the stuff is laid out, and you can there's all these twists and turns, and it's very easy to get lost up here.
Cul-de-sacs. It's wild.
Cats and dogs living together.
Mass hysteria.
So how about this? You can't find the doorway. You can't find the doorway back, so let's ask this. Where the hell are we?
That's a good question.
Why don't you
There's
have
a
any
lizard guy that
answers?
popped out of a door.
Yes, exactly. and according to freaking Crazy Pants over there, ass shot, oh my boy. It's like Robert Kennedy over there. Anyway, or which Kennedy was it that got shot in the ass? Ted Kennedy, my bad. Anyway, so, my ass. Anyway, Crazy Pants sits there and says, Lizard Boy is okay because he had a Come At Me Bro shirt, which, by the way, makes no sense.
Lizard Boy leans out from a different shadow and says, "What doesn't make sense about that?" Disappears back into it.
You're a freaking lizard! That's what it is! Next thing he's gonna come out and tell us, but I ruled Earth a million billion years ago.
No, he leans out of a different shadow entirely and says, "You're a racist."
And how the hell are you coming out of different doors?
This is broken.
He's not. He's leaning out of shadows.
Shadows doors, he keeps leaning out of different ones.
And the next
The
question
shadows,
is,
by the way, are getting longer and deeper.
Yes, because it's nighttime.
and the next question is, where did Mr. Ginky go?
And we are in the 7 o'clock hour.
This ride sucks, I want to get off. 0 out of 5. Will not ride again.
Because if he didn't get freaked out by the lizard guy, maybe he knows where we are.
Okay, you call out his name.
I don't know what it is.
Neither do I.
So this is what's going on when this guy's leaving and you're turning your attention back to what's going on out there with these two. This is the conversation that you're hearing. They're wondering where you are, and they're thinking that maybe you have answers.
Right.
Now, there's no reason why you all have to work together towards anything, although it does make it easier for me. So if you have your own agenda that you wish to pursue here, you can use this opportunity to take off.
Good point. All right.
You still have blood on your hands,
It's true.
and you're still sweaty
And it's-
and paranoid.
So I'm gonna come back out. Be like, you two old ladies can end your bridge club discussion. I'm right here to answer your question. I don't know where I am. However, I'm a man on a mission right now, and I'm gonna put a stop to this. So you two can either help me.
Get the hell out of the way.
Okay, again, what made the lizard guy not the monster? Because I'm going to be honest, I think the other guy over here is going to agree with me.
Focus
Pretty monstrous.
on what's important here.
Yeah, what's important?
Stopping evil.
But how did we know that the lizard guy wasn't evil?
I thought we covered this.
The shirt doesn't mean anything.
Lizard dude's my bro. Reach out my hand with a fist.
And it bumps out of the
Bump it.
shadows.
That's what I'm talking about.
Wow, dude.
These monsters. Demons included?
Yes. Or what could be construed as demons, however you want to label them.
Do you have a name for your monsters? Like, does each monster have its own name, or is it just monsters in general? I can't believe I'm fucking going into this shit.
I would not classify them by name. They're just evil.
There's toothy and spiky and
Yeah.
thirsty, bloodthirsty.
So the one that you killed back in the alley where I first bumped into you, that one.
If you want me to name them, too slow.
Bam!
But you don't even remember killing him, though.
How do you know that?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Damn it.
We don't.
Or does he?
How did you kill him?
No. I'm assuming
Well,
I'm just better than he was.
Okay, give me an idea. Where were you before you killed him?
All I remember, I was getting my burn on at the gym.
Goes in, reaches out, grabs the little notepad and starts writing it down.
It's very similar to the one that the tackhead guy had.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no, I see what you're doing here. You, sir,
That guy
are an
was,
asshole.
and that guy was a dick. All I know was I was getting my burn on at the gym. On my 4th set of
Can
reps.
you not breathe in the chocolate-covered walnuts? We do.
Pecans.
Oh, okay, but we still do need you.
Yes.
Yes. That's all I
You're
know.
doing so well.
Yeah. So my 4th set of incline, and then all I remember is coming out of whatever happened in an alley, standing over what I perceived was a monster, which clearly you didn't see, but I saw it.
Neither did he. You forget, he's the one that found you. He was also the one screaming like a little girl that probably brought you too.
Well, it's because he was a monster.
Was he screaming like a girl? Because that's important too.
He was screaming. I don't know if
You
it
can
was like a
jump in
little
any
girl.
time.
I'm just gonna let him.
Did you see him kill your dealer?
No. The
No.
dealer was already dead by the time I walked in the alleyway.
Already dead by the time you walked in the alleyway. So you just
And it was
saw
seriously, I saw him walking, looking all angry, walking in the alley. I walk up the alley and he's dead.
So how much?
Did you see that it was a monster?
No.
So the lizard guy steps out of the shadow, dressed like a cop. Maybe could be his partner. And says, "So how much time was it between when Mr. Do you have a last name?
I didn't, but I can name myself. If you want. I don't know. Phoenix.
Now you haven't told anyone
Wow.
your last name, but the lizard guy
And
now.
my name is Lane? Really?
But
First
lizard
thing that
guy
popped in my head.
now being dressed like a regular
Rip-off.
detective,
Excuse
like
me.
Columbo, stepping out and asking questions like he's a partner to this guy, is addresses you as Mr. Phoenix when you've told nobody your name here.
1 second. Officer Storm, you realize you just named Steven Seagal's character from Hard to Kill, right? Okay.
I did not even realize
Change,
that.
we'll
Son
change
of
my
a
last name
bitch.
to Griffin if that matters so much.
No,
Some
it doesn't.
kind of
It
fantasy
doesn't.
creature.
I'm so,
No,
I'm so
gonna
joking.
stay with that.
So I didn't even realize I was ripping off Steven Seagal.
So he's asking questions.
What the hell's wrong with me?
And he makes that. Yeah, he walked into the alley ahead of me.
What?
Your buffalo.
He's like, he walked into the alley ahead of me, and by the time I got there, my dealer was dead, and he was standing over him with bloody hands. And so, lizard guy, now dressed as like Columbo, steps out of the shadows behind you, like your partner or something, and asking how much time passed
Can you do the
between.
voice? How much time?
Yeah, how much time passed since he turned the corner into the alley and you caught up with him?
I don't know. It was maybe half a minute. I guess
Of course,
really
I'm going
paying
to look
attention.
behind and be like, who the hell are you?
I think that's the same guy that had the Kamami Bro shirt.
It is. He's just like dressed like Columbo now.
I don't understand.
Name's Harvey.
Harvey the lizard guy. Well, hello, Harvey. Don't know why I'm talking to you.
I don't know either. And he turns around and walks back to the
I
Maybe we need to move to someplace that doesn't have shadows.
no. The issue is I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on and how this lizard dude keeps popping out and going, "Yo, what's up?" Because that's driving me up. Harvey.
Driving apart.
Harvey. Of course not. Harvey still cool?
Harvey's a bro.
This makes no damn sense. But you said these monsters could be demons. And you described a monster that kind of looks like a demon. but even though I didn't see it because it looked like a dealer that just been brutally slain in an alleyway, that you didn't witness.
Nope.
But of course, you didn't waste any time to pick up the free samples that this numbnuts was shaking out of him.
He shook him. I didn't know
Oh,
what was going on.
Well, yeah, you didn't see it, but he did grab some before he chased after it.
All right, where do we go? Because obviously none of us know this place, and you seem to have the compass on stuff.
Good question. There was this tack-headed dick in the alleyway with a trench coat. And he just totally flipped me off for no reason.
Black eyes, split mouth, that's the dealer. Now you're talking about somebody that has a head of attack.
Yeah, and he was an asshole.
Can you describe the tack?
Yeah, he had a notepad like someone else who I'm assuming is also an asshole, but he went that way, so we're gonna go that way.
No, can you describe said tack?
Yeah, attack, like as in, whoop, a push pin,
Or pinhead.
an office supply. Yeah, he had a tack for a head, and he was wearing a trench coat, so I'm assuming he was overcompensating for something.
Lizard people and dudes with tacks for heads. Awesome. Lead the way, crazy pants,
Let's do this.
in your ghetto fabulous style.
That's right. Down the alley.
All right. So you guys go down the alleyway, and it ends at the top of a fire escape. There's a ladder that leads down to the first landing, and it's one of those old style steel scaffolds, the fire escapes that you can, you walk over, down, that sort of thing. And it appears to lead down to street level.
Clearly that's the way to go.
Possibly so.
I'll start climbing down.
All right.
Does it look strong enough? I want to make sure I'm not going to kill myself.
Well, it is a little rusty, but it doesn't wobble much as you climb down. It seems mostly sturdy. There's not too many loose rivets in the wall, that sort of thing.
They made him good back then.
Going down too, because I can't let the prime suspect in a murder out of my sight.
Man, I guess
It is kind of rough on you climbing down, particularly when you get to that first ladder to get down to the landing, and then at the end it's like this a story and a half ladder getting down that tips. It's got counterweights on it, so people can't climb up it.
Yeah.
It's kind of a one-way trip. But the ladders are giving you some trouble, the straight up and down climbs, because of the bullet in your ass.
Yeah, I'm not fond of that wound. If it was gone, that would be very much of a help.
Well, maybe you need to find some medical assistance for that.
Yeah. You got any pain pills?
No.
Useless.
So far, yes.
Does have a lovely singing voice.
It's not the kind of pills I got.
All right, so right now,
He's probably hiding an 8-ball in there somewhere.
you're right now, you're just awake and enjoying the ride because here's something that would have never happened had you
Right.
fallen asleep.
Yep.
You're completely here for the novelty of the experience.
Yep.
Right. But these guys are also kind of your anchor to the real world. So if you lose touch with them, God only knows what's going to happen, and maybe eventually that will become desirable to you. Who knows?
Who knows?
You're here, but now you're on a mission. You're convinced this is where the monsters come from?
Yes.
All right.
Pretty sure.
And so you're on a mission to vanquish your fear and to get that bullet out of your ass.
Yeah.
That's kind of like a secondary, minor, optional quest.
Control.
And you're here because you have no way to get home to where things are sane.
But I do half believe him because of the whole demon thing from the dream.
So you're going to keep him in line in case he leads you to the guy that you want to kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, the alpaca.
The Alp.
Alpaca.
All right.
Such a douche.
Couldn't
So-
hear you over the gunfire in my ass. Anyway, go ahead.
So what we're going to do here is the fire escape ends, of course, in another alley. And It's down here. It is now full dark. But as you look around, you see streetlights and you hear people and you hear cars and traffic, and it's almost like a beacon back to the world. And when you follow the alley towards these sounds, it empties onto a main street in a city that looks like it came out of the 70s. It looks like a city that doesn't exist anymore except in movies. And there's all kinds of people walking around with clothes and styles ranging from the 60s to the 80s. And the cars, similarly, a very wide range of eras driving through the streets. But people don't seem to take note of the strangeness of that as they look around, as they just go about their business. In fact, going about their business seems to be like daily midday tasks, and here it is, it's well past dinner time. And it's almost as if the city itself never sleeps. And someone's always going to work, or always going to a home they never reach, because they just end up going back to work again. They don't realize the gap that's missing in their life, because they're in a dream that's on a loop.
I don't think the Twilight Zone.
Now, some of these people, they have different color skins, and I'm not talking the usual range of shades for people on Earth. I'm talking some of their skins are pale blue or kind of greenish, like a brand new leaf that just burst out of its bud and hasn't developed all its chlorophyll yet. And their hairstyles, while mostly recognizable, are sometimes entirely outlandish. There's just a whole bunch of weird going. That's Tina Carney, and I'm not going to explain that for the audience.
Brushing wall. Okay.
Yes.
I was focused on the hairdos.
Yeah.
I was thinking flock of seagulls.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
A friend
Come
so
from the
far
cars, yeah.
away.
That's how we got into this mess to begin with.
Yeah.
So that's the scene that you're confronted with. And you even see some early 20s, late 30s newspaper boys running around, you know, trying to sell papers and to people as they walk past. And there's no sign of monsters.
I'll try to keep them in sight. I'm going to go to one of the newspaper boys. Reach into my pocket, grab whatever coin that might be in there that the paper costs, and hey, can I get one of those? And flip the coin to the kid.
He catches it out of the air, bites it, sticks it in his pocket, hands you a newspaper.
All right, so I'm gonna try to read it. Is it readable? Is it legible?
It's those broad sheets, and the paper quality is unlike anything that you ever put your hands on. You think that this must be what the nice high quality papers must have been like. It kind of feels like it's made out of almost a cloth-like substance, but you see where it got,
almost like resume paper.
except that you see where it got wet in the corner from being splashed, and that part, it totally disintegrated. Like, as luxurious as this paper seems to feel, it's definitely not going to last. It's weak stuff. The newsprint is bold, and the headline reads, "New buddy cop movie in production in the Mad City." And then you go under it, and there's a synopsis of what's been going on to you guys right now.
You've got to read this shit. This is insane.
Does it have a title? Is it like Leaping Lizards or something? Something
No,
funny?
no, it doesn't. But then the further you get into the article, the further ahead it gets from where you are right now. Things that, if they were basing this on fact, and how could they not be, because they're writing about what just happened to you, they start talking about what's going to happen to you. And apparently, you're going to kill monsters. But the establishment is going to hunt you down because they can't tell the monsters from real people like you can. And they think that you're like on a murder spree, but you're really ridding the world of monsters. That's how the synopsis of the movie reads. And then they talk about a surprise twist in the end.
So, if I'm reading this correctly, one, I don't know how, but what we just did up on the roof is already in this paper. Would it take us 5-10 minutes to climb down that fire escape? 20 minutes tops, right? Yeah?
Something like that.
Okay. So, this paper already has what happened 20 minutes ago in it. So, that pin dude, did he, like, run from you or just casually walk? Because
He walked.
this in 20 minutes is amazeballs.
He took notes and then walked off.
The only problem is
There's no lottery numbers in there?
no lottery numbers,
Okay.
and it's also telling us what's going to happen.
And there's no mention of him.
Bum, bum, bum.
So you're in here.
Nothing about a screaming girl. Maybe they just got it wrong.
You're in here. I'm in here. He's not in here, which makes no sense.
Despite
But
the fact,
according to this, we're going to kill
An
monsters.
extra?
despite the fact that it's describing a movie that's entirely unlike what they're referring to, they're comparing this as a remake of 48 Hours. So one of you is Eddie Murphy and the other one's Nick Nolte.
So anyway, convict.
Ah, hell, I don't know. I had monsters.
So they're calling this a buddy cop remake of 48 Hours, but the plot is nothing like 48 Hours.
I would go see that.
But you're in it.
I think we're watching it right now. What do you know? You're not in it, but you're here, which
Yeah.
makes no damn sense.
She's the comic
It's
book.
Wait a minute.
awesome.
You're not in it, and you're here.
Yes. I am here. This is me.
Dun dun dun!
You know, he witnessed you killing that guy.
Well, I didn't see it.
He witnessed you killing that guy.
So,
I
he
can
was
take-
evil.
I can take care of that for you.
He was evil.
No witnesses, dude.
Didn't see him.
I don't care about.
What am I
He's an
doing?
innocent.
No witnesses.
An innocent who screams like a girl, but he's an innocent.
No witnesses.
I'm focusing on the important. Where does it say we go?
Good question. Where does it say you go? Obviously, this gets into fiction real quick. Because the facts as you know them stop when you buy that paper in the narrative. And from there, everything is open.
In other words, the GM doesn't want to come up with it, so the players are stuck coming up with it. Lazy GM. I agree with you now, sir. Well, it says we end up going to some cathedral and we have a big showdown with some monsters at the cathedral.
Nice. Vicious gonna be there?
What?
Sorry. Bebop reference.
That's not where I was going with it, but okay. I guess so. There's some cathedral somewhere in this town that we're going to end up duking things out. So why don't you turn on your spidey senses and figure it out?
Interesting. Do I see anything that looks like a cathedral?
Not in the least. Not from here. And when you were up on the rooftops, you didn't see any spires in the distance or anything like that that would suggest a cathedral.
Is there any local store owners, or there's like a storefront
Well, we
somewhere
asked the
near us?
paperboy.
Paperboy disappeared in the crowd trying to sell his wares. He keeps moving.
Damn street urchins.
Check your wallets.
Was he crutchy? I like that newsy.
No. No. he
Getting a
wasn't.
good crutchy vibe over here.
Information for a halfpenny, sir. How about a smile?
No, there are plenty of storefronts. This appears to be less business district and more residential on top, shops on the bottom. So there's bodegas and there's shops selling all kinds of stuff.
Then we should ask.
There's restaurants.
Should ask.
Clinics.
Locals,
He also
honestly.
still has that
Clinics!
bullet in him.
Yes!
That's what I was just saying.
First things first. Find the clinic.
Well, most of the clinics seem to be around treatment of specific things.
Okay.
But you do find a veterinarian's office.
Pet pills.
Okay. Well, how hard could it be?
Did that
Go
clinic
with
back there say that it cures scales?
There's
Yeah,
no
listen,
clinic
guys,
with like a
go
picture
there.
of an ass outside it, right?
Tired of having the
Not a
power
clinic,
of the
no.
voice? What the hell? What voice?
I'm gonna go towards the vet office.
Yeah,
then.
not a clinic, no. But if you're looking for work,
Yeah. We're a good time.
Happy ending!
all right. So
Here you go. Happy ending egg roll.
you go. Happy endings has got a picture of somebody's ass on it. So you walk into the veterinarian's office, and it's kind of like a veterinarian's office / adoption center. So it's kind of like a pet store in front and veterinarian office in the back.
And no puppy mill pet store, is it?
Probably. This doesn't look to be like it's a fairly well-regulated industry sort of thing.
I hate those puppy mill places.
Well, they don't mill the puppies there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway,
So,
you wait till you get
Puppy
home.
flower?
puppy power.
I thought that too.
Got any Scooby snacks in the bag?
As a matter of fact, they're right out on the shelf. And they're advertised as being good for boys and growing pups.
Oh, dude, it's a Korean restaurant.
No, that's a few doors down. So, dog's not on the menu. Get your head out of the gutter. So you
It's a Chinese restaurant up the street.
you limp into the veterinarian's office, into the pet store front, and it's not obvious at first to them why you're limping, but as you're looking around to see what's on the shelves and see what kind of place this is and figure out how you're going to ask for somebody to take a bullet out of your ass, you kind of turn sideways and looking around, and they see where the back of your pants have been stained with blood, and there's that big hole there from where the bullet went in. That's the center of it. So the guy just kind of sighs.
You know I can arrest you
And
for
it says-
indecent exposure.
You know you guys are supposed to come through the back with this sort of thing. And he waves at you to quick follow him.
Okay. Follow him.
He says, you have the fee?
Yes.
All right. Drop your pants and bend over.
No
I'm gonna
dinner.
go way up there.
All right.
If you're with him, then he says, yeah, wait out front and let me know if there's any customers. I'll take care of your friend.
Well, I'm not sensing any bad coming off this dude, so I'm gonna just kind of.
Not sensing any bad coming off this dude.
Clearly, he's a professional,
Clearly.
and this hurts. So yeah,
I don't know, does it?
look, I took a bullet in the ass. I don't think anything else is gonna hurt less than that.
Hey, Doc. Can I help you take it out?
He looks at you reproachfully.
Get him out of here.
Take that as a no. I'll go to the front. Make him scream.
All right. So, are you dropping your pants?
Yeah.
So you drop
TMI.
you drop your gym pants. Do you go commando at the gym?
Of course.
Of course he does.
Of course you do. Anyway, you drop your pants, you bend over the table like he instructs, and you find yourself looking at a row of cages with dogs and cats in them that are there for God only knows what purpose. But they're not out front in their area there's other animals out there waiting to be adopted. These animals are back here for another purpose. And you're staring at them and they're staring at you, and you feel the doctor probing around and checking out the wound, and there's something cold on your ass. And while this
It's not
is
a dog's nose, is it? That would be a little
Sniff it
weird.
out. Sniff it out.
Now, are you sure he's probing the wound?
I said he was probing the hole, gaping. No, he's just probing the wound. And
Zing! Right?
but you become increasingly convinced that every single animal in those cages are not only off the street, like they're not like animals that were brought in to be adopted or treated, but you're also convinced that every single one of them is a monster.
How lovely.
And meanwhile, this guy is sticking metal probes in the hole, in the wound, trying to open it up a little bit more and staunch bleeding. You feel the cotton ball, and there's all of a sudden there's some alcohol burn, and he's pulling out the bullet. Just as this realization hits that every single street animal in those cages are monsters.
Doc, how secure are those cages?
Never mind them. They're more scared of you than you are of them. And we'll be done in just a moment.
The lights just...
Jeez. No, it's my cats deciding to go at it.
Okay.
Appropriate timing.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Are you almost done back there?
They become more monstrous in appearance the longer you look at them.
I close my eyes and try to count to 10. Because the rage is building. Hurry it up, Doc.
It's the strangest pet store I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't see this?
No, I'm not talking about the monsters. I'm talking about all the weird shit on the shelves.
Such as?
Weird, slimy tentacle thingies just flopping about on the top shelf, you know?
There's a fish tank beneath that.
Yes, but these are not in the fish tank. That's the point. And another spot that says Yach Rein.
So
Good
what's
to keep the
happening?
yang up.
He's starting to stitch the wound shut. One of the dogs tests the doors on the cage. One of the cats reaches out with a paw and is pawing at the bolt on the other side.
I'm going to again prompt the doctor to hurry the hell up.
And he says, "Hold your horses. You don't want this reopening on you." More alcohol,
I don't want
more
to
stitches.
How do you think things are going back there?
I don't know. I didn't hear any screams.
I know, that's upsetting. I mean, that's good. We did not hear. Means I didn't get the bullet too deep. The bone's okay then. Just some muscle damage.
All right. And he puts a bandage over and says, "Okay, so I'm going to give you a shot to keep, the pain to help with the pain, and you got to be off of this for the next couple of days, all right? The stitches will come out on their own." He starts going through this droning thing, and all you can hear is scritch, scritch, scritch as the animals move around in their cages with their elongated claws and their fangs, and now their glowing eyes and the spiky bodies. And they're rattling the cages, and they're getting more and more agitated. It's like he doesn't even notice. He doesn't know, man.
Like he doesn't know. I've
It's
seen
a little
things.
weird back there, isn't it?
Maybe a little bit.
I'm gonna turn my head. I'm gonna be like, "Shut the f up!" Like just
Okay.
yell at all the animals.
Actually, before he did that, I was going to ask, are the animals that are out in the store starting to do similar,
No.
just the ones back there?
Yep.
Okay.
But we definitely heard that.
You first.
Why me?
I don't know.
Because I'm not in the paper?
You know what? You are in the paper. You're the wily one that they don't know about, so go back there.
You hear Marcus scream, "Shut the fuck up."
You first.
Fine.
I'm right behind you.
What are you?
So, you walk in, and you see what? Something's going down here. You hear "shut the fuck up." And I'm going to call it, he goes into another one of his fugue states. He doesn't know what he's doing right now. So when you walk into that room, what do you see?
And then he takes my character from me. You're gonna tell the story, and then I'm just gonna take your character.
You're the one that told me that you have these
Let's see.
blackouts.
That is blacking out again.
This is your fault.
It's selective, and yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say that I see him because of his blacked out state and his rage. He can't figure out how to open the cage.
My
He's
rage?
trying your rage.
Why is he trying to open the cages?
I don't know. He sees them as demons. I don't know. But I see him when I walk in. I see him trying to open the cages, and the doctor freaking out, trying to pull him back, stopping him. That's when I walk
Is the doctor yelling anything when he's trying to stop this?
Yes.
If you can't think of it, you can name it. What's the doctor yelling? Because you'll hear it.
They're just cute and cuddly animals. They're going to be sent to a good home soon.
So you don't see.
I'm
doesn't
not.
see?
Oh no! I'm not back there.
Oh, okay.
This is what he hears the doctor
I
yelling.
told him to go first. I
Yeah.
didn't go back through. I'm going to let him back there and deal with
Got
it.
it.
Yeah.
I'm only going to wait until he
He's
starts
such a
screaming.
swell guy.
When you look at the animal cages, do you see animals or do you see monsters?
I see animals. I see him trying to get into a little chihuahua cage.
Wow! Of all the animals you picked the smallest, most timid one. Actually, no. Those feral Chihuahua packs. I hear they're nasty.
It's yapping at him.
Shaking.
You're a lot of help.
Yeah, he's like.
No wonder you're not in the title credits of this movie.
All right. So what do you do when you're confronted with this scene?
Well, when I walk in, I'm just I'm like, what are you doing? What's going on? What? Trying to, and then I'm gonna try to. I have to figure out how I can snap him out of his state. So I'm gonna try to look around the room, see if there's anything I can try to hit him with to knock him out of the state. I guess.
Do you see a cabinet full of drugs?
Ooh.
It's Christmas.
There are also needles,
Okay.
as well as pills.
Hanukkah.
Yeah. Hanukkah.
And of course, there are various instruments of
Destruction.
operation. You see a lot of bloody rags, and
Right.
you see the rubber gloves that are used for examinations. You see a pet carrier.
And a bunch of tiny little limbs.
Well,
Man, I wanted to get a dog.
being I see the
It's such a great dog.
drug cage with the pills in it.
Drug cage.
Drug cage. I don't know. I said it was a cabinet with
Check out that drug cage.
Drug cage.
Drug
I'm gonna
cabinet.
try to fight the urge to walk over to it and see what's in there, and I'm gonna try to. Oh, needle's not gonna do anything.
Well, it
You're a
depends on
real
what's
junkie. You would
in
have to
it.
fight the urge.
You're at a vet's office.
Tranquilizer.
Do you think there might be a little horse tranquilizer
I
in
was
there?
gonna
Because
say,
I'm gonna go with
little
yes.
special aid.
yeah,
Special
yeah,
K.
true.
Oh, that's right.
So trying to fight
Could
the
be.
urge not to go in the cabinet and see what's in there, I'm gonna grab whatever's in the needle and just stab him in the arm with it.
Wow.
You're freaking out! You're trying to kill a chihuahua!
So you're gonna pick up a random needle which has
Yeah.
anything in it and stab somebody in the arm with it.
All right.
If
This
it's
is,
air,
this is about the time that I walk in, but my gun's in my holster.
Is it a painkiller or is it a tranquilizer?
It's a trank. I'm gonna be cool like that. It is a trank, but I'm gonna be walking in and I'm actually I'm palming something. Like they don't notice, but I'm kind of concealing something.
Roll.
Okay.
Now he's thrashing about, and his strength is definitely going to come into play, but his strength is exceptional, so it's going to be 2 instead of 3. Pain 2. You have 2 successes to my 1. However, pain dominates because
You
I have a 5 and you have a
I
4.
thought 1 through 3 was success.
Yes. So
Yeah.
he's got 2
No.
successes.
You said you had 1.
Oh yes, you're right. I don't have any. So
He
you
rolled a 4 and 5 to everyone out there.
yeah, so you win, and you manage to stab him with needle, but pain dominates, and I'm going to say he gains an exhaustion die. So you jab him with the trank. He calms down, but he gets an exhaustion die because it should be putting him to sleep. But
Right.
he's awake, so it doesn't.
Okay.
But he's got that exhaustion die that normally he would have to take on himself. That casts a shadow on the party in general.
Do I get a hope chip?
No, but he gets his despair chip.
I thought I only got that if I had a 6.
No, pain dominates. You pay a greater price, pay a coin into the GM's despair coffer.
There you go.
I'm sorry, I should stop helping the GM. My
Oh
bad.
no, because
Stop hurting me!
I need
Jesus, I got the bullseye on my back.
I need to start
Kill
putting this in more
chihuahuas.
situations for people to roll, so I can start spending these, and you can start, pushing yourselves to the point of madness. So,
I see the trank happen.
yes,
I walked in that time cupping my thing. But,
His confidence.
you know, hiding. Anyway, but I notice the chihuahua that is supposed to be pissing itself in the corner. I'm going to say it looks like one of the demons that I know.
okay,
So that way, like, not all of the rest of the animals are fine, except for that chihuahua.
all right. So he sees all those animals
So
as
I'm okay.
monsters. You see one of them as monsters, and you don't see any of them as monsters.
Nothing.
Can I ask really quick, more out of character? Is it all right for players to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just because I in the back of my head I was like, wait, I'm gonna step on his toes, but
And-
I want to make this interesting, and that's
And I don't mind contradictions because I want to try and build on the dream-like quality. I don't want this to be like Nightmare on Elm Street shared dream, but the world that you're in definitely has some dream logic things going on with it, particularly punny things, to where some of the imagery gets mixed up. Most things look normal, but then some things don't, and there's definitely monsters out there, or nightmares. So, here we are. You guys, alright, so you see the one cage that he's working on is the one that has actually a monster in it, even though he's raving about them all being monsters.
Mhm.
And he's raving about them all being monsters, and yet he's trying to let them out, and he succeeds just as he's getting jabbed with a needle in letting that chihuahua out.
why that one? Why that one? Man, that's
And the
really
needle
what I wanted to do.
Not only stops your fit, but it does bring you back into focus, and you're staring at an open cage with a monstrous chihuahua inside.
I'm gonna try to crush it.
All right.
It's a tiny animal.
Okay, so you're going to attack the animal.
Yeah.
All right. So you're going to attack it. Its size, it's cornered. It's going to be 2 pain. So you get to roll all your discipline dice and your exhaustion die.
Okay.
And yeah, there's our cats. And we'll see how this combat goes, how this melee goes. I've got 1 success.
And 6. Oh,
Wow.
he's got none.
He's got no successes and a 6. And you've got, and I'm going to, oh man, I really don't want to do that, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm going to spend one of my
I
points of
love
despair.
that. I don't really want to do that, but I'm going to anyway.
And okay, here's the thing
This is
for the
why he's
people watching.
He's a dick GM for that reason.
I rolled a 6, a single 6 in the pain pool, so pain would dominate, except that he also rolled a single 6, and it was in his exhaustion pool, so it could kind of go either way. So I'm spending the coin of despair in order to break the tie, and I'm going to be a dick, and I'm going to add that 6 to your pool for despair. Exhaustion, rather. And that means that you're going to, exhaustion's going to dominate, which means you're going to add a second exhaustion die to your pool that you roll every time. So now you're not just 1 die up, you're 2 die up on exhaustion.
I'm sorry, Sammy's not leaving Dean alone. Dean's like, leave me alone. Anyway, that's the cats.
And now that becomes a coin of hope that you guys can use. That coin of hope
My
can be
coin.
used to, yes, your coin. That coin can be used to remove an exhaustion die, to add a success to any check, or to clear one of your fight and flight boxes, one of your response boxes. So that could be used for a couple of different things. So you can totally counteract the fact that you just put up another exhaustion die, and you can do that anytime that you have time, like a few moments to catch your breath. If you, which is not now, because this thing goes to town on your hand. You go in to reach in and grab it and like crush it with your bare hands, and it bites down in the fleshy part of your hand, sinking in, and just like trying to tear your thumb off. And then when it realizes that it's not big or strong or mean enough to do that, it lets go of your hand and dashes between your legs where you're squatting. And it makes a beeline for the front door between you two.
Stop it!
Oh, I'm gonna punt it. I'm gonna kick that little bastard. Like, I'm gonna make him proud how hard I'm gonna kick the little bastard.
Okay.
That,
What are you thinking?
and I'm gonna get away with it.
All right. So
I'm gonna use that exhaustion for the extra die. The
Okay.
exhaustion talent.
no. How does getting away with it apply to this action?
How? Because the store owner is actually gonna be okay with me kicking the dog across the room. He's gonna be like, yeah, I was trying to get away. I can see what you're doing.
All right.
Or have rabies or something.
So well, the check is either about getting away with it or about stopping the dog. It's about one or the other.
Okay, it's
I
about
guess
stopping the dog.
But if you want to improve your chances, you can borrow madness die, any number.
yeah, but that means I'm cutting the dog in half.
Oh no! Just because you're taking a madness die doesn't mean you have to use the madness talent. It's just that if you choose to use your madness talent, then you must have madness die in there.
I just want to see what happens. This is going to be bad. I can feel it.
I have 2 successes.
I've only got one,
Okay. Well,
but my discipline dominates.
okay. So, the dog succeeds in getting past you to race out the door. When discipline dominates, things stay under control. You have the option to remove a response check mark or decrease your exhaustion by 1. Neither of which really applies right now.
No, that sucks.
But the dog gets away from you.
Damn it.
Are you going to try and stop the dog?
If it ran to him, he was behind me.
All right. So you let it go.
Yeah, because it ran.
Not your thing.
Yeah, it ran by me and ran by him.
All right.
What's the big deal with this
Do we have
dog?
crackers left to go with that cheese?
No,
The crackers are gone.
they're just straight up eating the cheese.
Could you give me some of that pepper cheese on here, please?
Straight up
And maybe some chips too. Thanks.
chips?
Which one's the
Oh,
pepper
the
cheese?
protein chips.
It's the one on the right.
The right.
Yeah,
The one with the pepper on it.
the one with the colors.
The colors, children.
So the dog I should say the monster gets away, yipping all the way on its way out the door.
What chip do you want?
What do we got?
There's plain sea salt and the other one's barbecue.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
barbecue's
sea salt.
tasty. They'll be good with the cheese on them.
Okay. Thank you. So the dog gets away yapping as it goes. So you see this monster take flight. You guys gonna chase it or what?
Oh my god! Shit.
It bit your hand. How did you respond?
Probably with an angry yell. Perhaps an explicative.
And when it dashes between your legs,
Another loud explicative.
when it gets past him,
A loud explicative directed at him.
What about him? He's not even trying!
He gets punched in the face.
well, to do that, I assume you're on your way out the door.
Gotta chase it.
How about you?
So he's on his way out the door, and before I actually take off after him, because this thing does look like my monster, I kind of flip around what I was hiding in my hand, and it's one of the scalpels, more or less, and I point it at the vet, and I go, you're lucky, and then I take off after him, because I had so many questions for that vet, but this little animal.
He shouts after you guys, "Don't come back, you thieving bastards!"
He hasn't left yet.
Oh,
Yeah,
he wants his money.
Well,
It's 500 for the bullet and all the mess.
Oh, shit.
You carry that much on you?
He the one that just ran out the door had the money. And I'm gonna try to kick him in the shin and run out.
And his face darkens when you tell him that, and he's getting red, and he's fuming, and he picks up a metal tray that had the stuff on it, and he grabs it with both hands, the steel tray, and he advances on you like he's going to beat the money out of you.
All right.
I'm gonna kick him in the nuts.
Oh, you're finally gonna roll some dice, are you?
Just straight up, I'm gonna kick him in the nuts. Oh, that one didn't roll.
Really? Because it was a 2.
I know. Well, I got a 3.
You have one success, and I have none. We're tied, but you have more dice than I do, so we'll say discipline dominates.
Really? You're not gonna spend one of those points?
I only had one.
You had 2.
I had 2. You're right, I did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Wow, why am I keeping the GM honest? What the hell is
No,
wrong with
I'm
me?
not spend that dollar.
yeah, I'm going to spend that. I'm gonna say the pain dominates on this one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Say he like kicks the tray and it's got scalpels in it or something.
So you go to kick him in the nuts, and you hit him, but when he doubles over, he also brings that steel pan down on you,
Ow.
dazing you, and you just kind of stumble out from the back.
Without your drugs, I might add.
Yes,
Yeah, knock the
yes,
pills right
without
out of
any additional looting.
Dang.
And you just kind
Wow.
of stagger after these guys as they race out the door chasing the dog.
you. Should be team player, man.
The dog takes a left and runs.
Somebody stop the dog!
The Doog.
Is there like a bicycle or a motorbike or something fast to grab?
Yeah, but you got to knock somebody off of it.
All in the name of justice, man.
All right. You just clothesline this dude. Pick up his bicycle and start pedaling. And you're on the side of the road, pedaling, going against traffic, which you don't do on a bicycle. And you're keeping an eye on the dog as it weaves in and out of the people on the sidewalk. And it seems to know where it's going. It just keeps running. It's like this thing never gets tired. What do?
I'm chasing after it as fast as I can, mind you. I'm
Oh, they're
Probably-
pulling ahead. I
probably
mean, he's on a
losing steam.
bicycle, and he's keeping up with the dog, but for some reason, I mean, the dog's moving much faster than it should.
You know what I'm thinking?
What?
Car chase. I'm gonna carjack somebody.
All right.
Police officer, let me borrow your vehicle.
Grab my wallet, show the badge, have the gun. Need to take this vehicle. Police chase, police matters.
The guy,
Public safety.
so this cab across the road is pulled over, and this guy was about to get into it, and you flash your badge.
Follow that dog. Follow that dog.
Follow the dude on the bicycle. You're easier to see than the dog.
You stagger out, and you don't see him anywhere, but you see him hopping in the back of a cab,
Okay.
flashing his wallet.
So I'm gonna try to jump in the cab before it takes off. Because that's the only thing I see.
You open the door and the wheels are peeling out. Cabby's like, I've been waiting my whole life for somebody to say that.
I just gotta use the restroom. Or
Yeah, no, we can pause for a second. The cab starts rolling, and you have to like stagger and hop in. You jump in face first, and the door closes. We're gonna pause. This will be a stopping point, and then when we come back, we will summarize and start up again.